Hi. Hi to people in general, and hi to my beautiful children, Dylan and Emily, specifically. So my name is Paul Murphy, and I'll keep the intro brief. Time is against us on several levels. Well, I'll talk to my children if you forgive me, so I'm going to address this to my children. Anyone who's watching this, thank you so much for your time. So Dylan and Emily, this is video 2. So hopefully you already know what Daddy's doing. And the last, God, like the helicopters go past in any case. So in the last maybe 12 days, I think I've written 11 songs, or rather 10 new songs, and I've put music to an 11th I'd never put music to in 20 years. And it just occurred to me yesterday that in the old days, you know, when were you born, Dill? You are 11 now, yeah? Can you hear the aircraft? They do not like me singing. So, well, you were born in 2012, okay, so I mean CDs had gone, you know, become obsolete by the time you were born. But in the old days, what I used to do was I would write a number of songs, and then what was your room upstairs, it used to be my music room, I had a recording studio in, and I had a 4-track analog and an 8-track digital set up in there, and I had all these guitars that you know in the area, and they would be in there and they'd be hung on the walls, and I had my keyboard set up and everything, and microphones. And I would just go upstairs and just make an album, and then I would go out and play that live. I had the record receiver unit that's still there behind me there. I would bounce off a bunch of discs, and while other people were still trying to sell 4-track cassettes at their gigs at 50 pence a time, I was just selling my own. I mean, you know, little did we know. I mean, I was the only one in the country doing it. It would become the in thing then. You're talking 96, 97, I think. Yeah, 97. I cut my first home album, which is maybe next year. And oh, come on, are you just hovering there? I mean, they're not flying away, they're just hanging over there, overhead there. You know, and you would sell them, you know, for £5 a time. Who needed record companies? And nowadays, here we are in 2023, and there are no record companies anymore. I'm looking at a couple of features. Come on, fly away. The first video, as you know, Puss came along and started attacking the birds because I just put them out their food. It's got 10 minutes of me going, "Go away, you horrible furry creature, I'll fate you tuna, you're not eating the birds," blah blah blah. And now we've got aircraft here. So I thought I would just do what I did in the old days, which is get all the lyrics, set them all up, run out a provisional track listing, so all the songs, the key, and which guitar I was going to use. And that's how I would do it. I don't know how anyone else did it, but I always recorded my albums in order. There are a few, maybe, there were mixed smorgasbords. I did make an album once. Wow, I'll get on with the aircraft, I'll fly away soon. I'm thinking about the One Day May album. Remind me to tell you about that at some point. However, I'm not recording this down to a disc, you know, a 4-track, no room for overdubbing, taking the mistakes out if the vocals went, oh, quicksand love in the last one. I'm limited to 30 minutes of time on the camera, because then they'll change in a new file, whether the song is finished or not. Hence the reason that I'm having to start with the Evil You Do, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 verses. So this would have been track 4 on the album, and it would have followed Quicksand Love. So if you imagine that, I mean, you can piece it together. So Quicksand Love is this punky number, all the bar chord, still got blisters on my fingers, as someone once said. And then it would have gone from there into this one. I do think the aircraft's coming back. So I've got the lyrics pinned up, I've got the music crib sheet there now on the floor. I need to find a set of glasses I'm actually going to be able to read with. Can't use a vocal monitor, but it's fun, you know? It just gives you some idea how Daddy used to do it. I mean, I used to do it a lot more professionally than this. This is in the key of E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know when I last played this. I think I've only played it once or twice. corridors of my mind, hurling up memories I'm trying to leave behind. It feels like I've been in a war I never signed up for. You flayed me alive 1,000 times, so what's one more? You've sold up the wishing well where orphans drink. Gabriel recode in terror just from knowing what you think. How many mirrors did I break to cross paths with you? Those who slip your wake find no escape from the evil that you do. There's no lie you won't tell, no life you don't desecrate. You called up the 4 horsemen and said, why make us wait? A kiss from your lips is like a death sentence. The poison starts flowing, no cure, no repentance. You pushed past the centurions to the foot of the cross. You looked up and sneered, how much did that crown cost? In a world full of shadows, there's none so dark as you. And there'll be no salvation for the evil that you do. I gave you a helping hand and you set it afire. You headed for the devil's lair where you sat and conspired. I must have been looking at you with the sun in my eyes. What others call a tragedy, you call a prize. Every memory of you has left a scar on my soul. You got no shard of conscience, no sense of control. Every sinner regrets sometimes, all except you. You revel in the tears that flow from the evil that you do. I set off for the horizon to see how far I will get. If there's a reason to know you, I ain't found it yet. You mocked the Samaritan, then knocked him down, smiling. I can get a good price for you on the wrong side of town. At your father's funeral, you wore white see-through lace, and when the preacher stood up for you, you spat in his face. You could speak forever and not one syllable would be true. One day you'll account for the evil that you do. Sometimes when I wake up, I don't believe I'm alive. You've put me through so much it don't seem possible to survive. You cast the first stone and the last one as well. Put white lines down on the bedroom floor saying this'll be where he fell. There's a blowtorch of hate in back of your mouth. When someone enters your parlor, there's only one way out. I've seen inside your soul and it's an unholy view. There's no hiding place from the evil that you do. Your purse fell open and I saw a stacked deck of tarot cards. You'd scrawled my name on everyone, I didn't come down on him hard. There was a rhapsody of silence when you took the witness stand. The jury knew what you'd done, the judge knew what you had planned. Your words are like acid rain, destroying all they touch. You woke to find the crib was bare and shrugged, I don't care that much. Your cold crib voice still resonates from the Devil's Avenue. They're 30 deep at Heaven's Gate from the evil that you do. When you sidled up to me, I could smell Satan's breath. The only thing you gave to me was an untimely death. The photos in your family album are a skeleton crew in chains. One by one, hearts are still till not one beat remains. The grass is growing high now up on Salvation Hill. I went there once in the dead of night when the moon was standing still. My tears run like cut glass for the innocent you slew. The devil's having sleepless nights over the evil that you do. I had one path to choose, and it led 3 different ways. You found me bleeding in a ditch and you grinned, Lord be praised. I wondered when you passed by while people board up their doors. I never asked why, who'd want to reply that was yours. Your heart is a desert, a mine burned from its heat. At least when I cross the great divide, I know who I'll meet. Your tongue is a morgue slab, and how many you slew. So many angels from evil that you do. Wasted opportunities litter up the floor of my life. I asked my mother if she loved me once and she sharpened a knife. I thought I'd landed safely when you came along. 1,000 nightmares later, I know I couldn't have been more wrong. Sometimes the stars shine and you're looking elsewhere. I had love to give, but you had none to share. If there's salvation on earth, I don't know where it's to. There's no sanctuary from the evil that you do. Okay, well, now this was a studio recording. That would just have gone into the vault, which is where the outtakes go. That one would have been done again. That was terrible. It's so bad. So bad. I embarrassed myself. I knew. A couple of syllables in. But that was a disaster. A couple of lines in, but because of what we're doing here and the way I'm doing this, there's no retakes. I just want to get the songs down in the album order. Good or bad, there will be better takes, you know, online, and people can go, well, I like that, I'd like to hear him do it properly. Okay, the next song up. You hear the aircraft going. I do not like all this bending down. Oh, okay, something's going on. Oh no, it is right. So, I have the songs mixed up. What I've got here. This is what am I going to do when I come to those days? Those days I've never played before. I've recited it once, but it's 32 verses. I don't know where I'm going to pin that up to. So I've got all the songs here in that little envelopes with the type of the key. This is very professional for Daddy, I tell you, because normally when I'm making these things at home, you know, I'm just have a lyric, record it. Then I find a bit of paper later on, I'm like, oh, what's that? What's the music? Well, this is the one song that isn't really from this arena. What's it called? What Will Be Left of Me Tomorrow. I actually wrote this in 2007, the lyric, but then I lost the lyric. I lost the lyric for 15 years. There's nothing unusual in this house, is it, guys? How am I playing this? I'm playing it acoustically, and back on this one here. And again, you know, if it's studio recording, that's just the bass. Most of these, if I'd been doing it studio, would have all been acoustic down. And even if I took the acoustic out later, if it was going to be an electric guitar song, you know, to have the bass, unless it was something that you couldn't do on that Quicksand Love. Anyway, so this is really part of this remix in that harmonica. It's got a G in there. I didn't check the harmonicas to see which ones, otherwise I'm going to be any good. What was I saying? Yeah. So it kind of fit into the ethos, and I put music to it. That ain't right. What does that say? I gotta stop because I haven't got glasses on. I can't read the words. My writing in 2007 was tiny. Well, that's not really any help. Okay. I got a microphone stand doubling as a lyric lectern. Every tear that fell from your crystal eyes, I did not give birth to them intentionally. And in the emptiness, it's no surprise, I realize how much you meant to me. 'Cause I can't help but think of you. 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 'Cause I justification. Well-worn excuses, empty words, defending the indefensible. The reward is emptiness. I wonder what its use is. The battle scars of love incomprehensible. Don't break so slow, each night takes its toll. I was filled with self-loathing and grieving. Who knew when you'd leave, you'd take with you my soul? Who knew pride could be so self-defeating? I shout to the half-light, I know that I'm right, so what victory brings such clinging sorrow? I wonder who now basks in your sweet divine light, and I wonder what will be left of me tomorrow. Mine's a bad man in one of those. I'm not just hey, well then now. But that's okay. Right, what's up next? The choice you choose. Okay, I need to now check the because this camera only records 18 minutes at a time and it doesn't have a timer on, so we'll turn that one off. We'll get some glasses and come over here. And we will check the time on that there. 24, okay, well, choices we choose isn't... Considering how few times I've played these songs, it's come together pretty well, huh? I don't like bending down, I'm so sorry about this. And the page of lyrics has got 3, okay. Because I've got... come on. Because I've got leg and back braces on. I'm really, really annoyed about that version of the What You Do. I went in on the wrong vocal. I also just realised I didn't have the other camera in the right place. But hey, this is what it is. I was telling you about the One Day May album on this up here. The One Day May, Bob Dylan's another side of Bob Dylan album. He recorded it in one day. I think it was the 6th of June 1964. And he just wanted to record an album all in one day, and it was very silly, and he got very drunk doing it as well. In a 3-hour session, he did record the whole album. But I mean, it's full of mistakes and everything, you know, and they were new songs and he wasn't that familiar with them. He should have, you know, gone in, done 2 sessions, you know, trying that. You need to try new arrangements on things. But I was having a day off one day in May, and that's why it's called that. And I kind of had the idea to write and record an entire album in one day. And not just an acoustic one, but with overdubs as well. So I think there's 7 songs on it. And there's 9 on the CD because there's 2 alternate versions. So I wrote 4, and I had lyrics to another 2, but there was no music to it, so I put the music to those. And then the closing number, I needed 1 song to finish, as ever in those days, I went on a long one. So I composed it on the spot at the microphone. So I kind of wrote and recorded the one, that's why it's called One Day in May. And this is a little bit like that in many ways, you know. It doesn't say which guitar to play this on, but I know it's this one. Ugh. I didn't turn the other camera on, did I? I should have some harder plectrums somewhere. I've got no idea where they've gone to. Yeah, let's put some glasses on. Well, of course, doesn't matter. Okay, bring this one here on. I'm not going for time now. I might just make it. Strings out earlier on. I saw your message, baby. Good to know you're doing well. I read between the lines to find out what you'd chosen not to tell. You got strong survival instincts, the rest can go to hell. That's not right. Two, 3, 4. It up a bit. 2, 3, 4. Thank you. I saw your message, baby. Good to know you're doing well. I read between the lines to see what you've chosen not to tell. You got strong survival instincts, the rest can go to hell. I read your first-hand journals, a lot of contradictions in there. So many dates that don't add up, and redaction marks everywhere. Remember to paint your tears on before you share how much you care. You saw money on the table. There was an offer you couldn't refuse. Sympathy, don't buy jewelry. It didn't take you long to choose. To some you're now a sinner, to some a propaganda muse. You're head of the banquet table now, and look how well you're feeding. Remember to say some kind words about those lying in the rubble, bleeding. There's always a serpent slithering in every garden of Eden. You sank in the arms of pleasure, muttering decadence ain't all bad. You used to press for freedom, a gift your companions never had. I hope you studied the small print, that you don't look ironclad. Do you sleep sound at night on a bed of lace and silk? Is your cupboard stocked well, maybe with honey and with milk? I wonder what you dream of while tears and blood are spilt. Can you still see burning hills, or do you look the other way? Beauty's in the beholder's eye, but we all go blind someday. One time you were inspiring, now they tell you what to say. When you saw the figures, what went running down your mind? Well-paid scripted mantras, or the martyrs left behind? Be careful what you search for, you might not like what you'll find. Actually, this is less like making an album, this is more just like one of Daddy's concerts, really. Okay, we need to change the batteries in this camera here, and we need to change the file on this one.